Right, we're on the way. Last night was your turn to eat. Tonight you're cooking. How's the difference? Immense or just slight?
I'm really nervous. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to be cooking. Jaco and I have a bet on what I think
it could be.
what he's going to give me, and Jaco thinks he's going to give me. So we'll see.
So strange kitchen, new recipe, quite a challenge. But I mean, you've cooked before. You're not scared of the cooking.
I'm not scared of cooking.
From a very young age, my mum got me into the kitchen and chopping salads. I come from a family of chefs. My family has always enjoyed cooking. My mum, my stepfather, my father, my gran. In fact, my brother's in the catering business.
You happy to cook for some friends?
I believe he's having a dinner party tonight, so he apparently needs a chef. Hi Iggy, it's Liza. We are here. Absolutely. He said, are you ready to take over my kitchen?
So he's prepared for the invasion.
Liza is about to cook a recipe she's never seen in a kitchen she's never been in, for people she's never met. Well, except for Iggy, that is.
Good. Do I get a hug?
Of course you get a hug.
Here you go. This is your bottle.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hello, gorgeous.
I wonder if the little one's warning Liza about the recipe.
Show you where the kitchen is. And
That's who she's going to be cooking for, these guys.
Just kidding.
Whole lot of them.
The way both Liza and Iggy seem to spoil the fur members of their families, they'd possibly be more fussy than the others.
Are you hungry already? That is the secret. You obviously told them the secret. You need to be hungry because when you're really hungry, the food tastes fantastic.
Liza's humor is a hit, but will her cooking be? She's about to see the
so
recipe.
we've got two nice big goodie bags here for you. And then there is this.
Awesome. Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. What do you think it is?
Well, I'm not going to say what I think it is. In case I'm wrong. Then I'd have it on camera because Jaco and I made a bet. Deconstructed chicken lasagna. That chicken. Beautiful. I love it. Unfortunately, I didn't win my bet, but then neither did Jaco. I wasn't expecting chicken lasagna. I thought it was going to perhaps be a stuffed chicken breast.
Wow.
Well, I must say, I can definitely see what your favorite color is.
Yeah, it is. It is orange. It's quite a calming color for me.
I have never cooked in so many orange pots at once.
Please take over my kitchen.
Great, thank you.
Pleasure.
So last night, Iggy kind of jumped straight in. How are you going to approach it?
I'd like to just read through the recipe a little bit. I see it says deconstructed chicken lasagna, so I just want to make sure I understand if his idea of deconstructed and my idea of deconstructed is the same thing. I was just really confused because I couldn't see where the deconstructed came in. And for me, I was like, how does this word fit in? I've cooked chicken lasagna before and it is actually very similar to a recipe that I currently use. There's just something that I would change slightly with regards to cooking the chicken.
Interesting. First, let's take a look at the ingredients she's got to work with.
All the stuff for a beautiful white sauce. Got some hickory ham. And let's not forget about our country range chicken. And a whole lot of it. When it comes to cooking somebody else's recipe, I would definitely have to say the only changes that I would make to it is while I was cooking and I tasted it, if there was something missing, I would have to add that. The difference that I have to Iggy's recipe is when I make a chicken lasagna, instead of pan frying the chicken, I actually boil the chicken. And the reason that I do this is when you boil chicken, the pores of the chicken open up. And so it absorbs the sauce. When you fry it, it actually seals. That's going to be my slight variation and see if it makes a difference to the recipe.
Having decided to make an early adjustment to the recipe, Liza starts her prep.
course, with these pots, you don't need to go to the gym. You just need to come to the kitchen. Just gonna use this to get some water. This is to boil the chicken.
An early knock on the kitchen door from a curious Iggy gives Liza the chance to let him know that she'll be approaching his recipe a bit differently.
And I've decided to tweak it ever so gently. So the tweak that I'm going to be making is I'm going to be boiling the chicken first and not frying the chicken.
The boiling of the chicken just blew my mind.
That's about it. I'm going to just make that tweak and then you can see whether it works for your recipe or whether it doesn't work for your recipe. I think you get so caught up in your own kitchen and where you're working that it takes a little while to kind of figure out, okay, where am I going to be doing this and where am I going to be doing that? Okay, so I'm going to get started on the bechamel sauce or the white sauce. It's a lovely sauce, actually, not one that I've made before, because he actually adds in the cream cheese and in cream cheese. So he uses olive oil to make the sauce as opposed to butter, which is also very different. For me, the only downside is that I would have loved to plate the food, but with the lasagna, it is already plated when you serve it, so you don't actually need to plate it for the people. One of the things about hunting around the kitchen is sometimes you think, I would have placed those things there. I think no, maybe just use a cup. This is the white sauce that obviously layers the lasagna. Olive oil has a very distinctive taste, so it's going to be quite rich. And then, of course, he also adds in the cream cheese, which is very decadent. I have a feeling we are going to be going home 1 or 2 kilograms heavier tonight. You know, in my house, I know which plates work faster and which are slower, so... And of course, Jaco says, don't switch it up full blast.
Well, you're in Iggy's kitchen now, so cook away.
Just put a little bit of flavoring in the water, but I actually, normally, you know, I want the flavoring to actually come from the absorption of the other flavors, whether it's a curry, anything that's got a sauce. So I must say the nice thing for me tonight is following a recipe. It gives me exact proportions. When I'm in my own house making chicken lasagna, yes, it's literally, what do I have? What am I going to add?
She puts on the non-orange cooking gloves, removes the pot from the stove and runs the chicken under cold water.
To cool the chicken down a little bit, because I'm actually going to be pulling the chicken apart with my fingers.
Perhaps
So
one can
now
say
that
you'll be
it's all
deconstructing it.
in, I get to add in the cream cheese. Can't have enough cheese. I mean, we had the 3 different types of cheeses. We had the olive oil, we had cream. It was just, the hits just kept on coming. You've got your white sauce in between your layers because you're going to be slicing through it. So you're going to taste white sauce in every mouthful. If your white sauce doesn't taste good, it basically takes away from the flavor of the rest of the meal.
So far, it's looking pretty good.
Anything else that I need to add here? Garlic clove. Of course, last night, I don't know, when Iggy was making my recipe, of course, it was also filled with garlic.
If I remember correctly, Iggy was a bit generous
garlic.
with the amount he added.
So let's go old school way. So what this is going to actually do, which obviously a garlic crush doesn't do, you might have slightly bigger pieces. Are you going to taste?
Of course I'm going to
Absolutely.
taste.
Taste.
Unusual, but it looks amazing. So let's just get a. Oh, it's rich. You were right.
Very decadent. Soon I'm going to be constructing the layers of the lasagna, so I'm just going to pull the chicken apart. I must admit, the first time that I heard about this technique where you boil chicken prior to using it in a stew or something with a sauce, I actually just thought, wow, that just doesn't sound appetizing at all until I tried it. It keeps the chicken moist, juicy. Those flavors just get completely absorbed into it. We're definitely going to want to get this recipe after tasting it. You might only use it once a year if you're on diet, but other than that, you will definitely use it. Chop up onions, chop up some mushrooms. These are weak onions, so I think we're doing all right. I won't be crying on film. And I'd just like to take this time to let you know that we are an amateur cooking competition. So I don't have that like action that you see on most cooking shows. Haven't got that technique down to a pat yet. Now, just because you brought it up, I feel these are quite strong onions, whether or not it's because you opened the window to let the air in, or whether it's just because I called the onions weak. I'm not sure.
Perhaps they're taking revenge on your tear ducts?
So I think what I'm going to do with this garlic, which I didn't necessarily do with the garlic that I put into the white sauce, is I'm going to crush it a little bit first before I cut it up. And that just helps to impart the flavor of the garlic.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going here?
Good. How's it going up there?
It's good.
Are you guys working up an appetite?
We're starving.
Oh, good. Unfortunately, according to your recipe, it needs to go in the oven for an hour still.
Yes, it needs to go in for an hour with the foil and then 20 minutes without the foil.
We might be eating late.
If you boil chicken, you've got to heat up the water, boil the chicken. If she fried the chicken, it would have been better. It would have saved a lot of time. How did you find the recipe?
Very decadent. We're probably going to walk out here a couple of kilograms heavier.
And can you also see why it says deconstructed?
Not yet.
Okay.
I overdid the garlic a little bit. Are you guys averse to extra garlic?
No. The more garlic, the better.
So what I did is I did pulled chicken. I'm hoping that it just adds depth of flavor. So you can see it might work, it might not work for you.
Could work. I'm very interested to see this. When I came in and I saw you boiling the chicken, I thought, oh my God, why are you boiling the chicken? We boil a lot of chicken, but it's for the dogs, and I tend to find that it's quite dry, and so we'll see.
Come on, follow Dad.
Tonight, you must come with me. They're not going to come to me. I didn't get the chicken.
Well, if the chicken goes down as well as it went with the dogs, as it does with them, I think we're on a winning streak. Okay, this is just olive oil, and we are going to be frying up the onions until they're translucent, adding the sliced black mushrooms, diced garlic, salt, pepper, and Italian herbs. So the cooking time is quite extensive for this dish. Once we've added the wine and brown sherry, he wants me to cook that for 20 to 30 minutes. When you cook something for 20 to 30 minutes, it reduces. So if I don't cook it for 20 to 30 minutes, it won't reduce and it'll change the flavor. So then I will land up with something that's way too liquidy. So I will have to stick to the recipe with that. So the different mushrooms have different flavors. So these mushrooms have a very distinctive mushroomy flavor. We would normally use a button mushroom as opposed to a brown mushroom. So again, it's going to add a depth of flavor. This is me measuring out 2 teaspoons. Years of experience in the kitchen without giving away my age. From a very young age, my mum got me into the kitchen and chopping salads. I loved baking. In fact, I think I still have some coming first in baking competitions and scone competitions at the age of about 6 or 7 years old. 6 grinds of black pepper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I like black pepper. His recipe called for about 6. I think I used about 60.
Yeah, close enough.
What
Maybe
I'm
he
gonna
won't
do
notice.
Is, it does say 20 minutes, but I'm actually just going to gauge and see when I feel that it's reduced down and absorbed all the liquid that needs to be absorbed. Can you see now, with the chicken being boiled, it's just going to literally pull in the flavors of the sherry and the white wine. I could see that Iggy was super nervous when it came to that decision. I mean, his whole face changed and he was like, "You're going to boil the chicken? I have guests here that are going to be eating this and you want to boil my chicken?" The proof, as he says, will be in the eating.
Liza starts constructing the deconstructed lasagna with pasta and the decadent sauce as she prepares it for the oven.
So it's been reducing for quite a while. What's the verdict?
I need some more salt. You know, when it comes to spices, sometimes you can't follow a recipe. Sometimes you need to go with your gut.
She adds an intuitive amount of salt and even more pepper.
Now, in my kitchen, I have little sous chefs that help with the grating of the cheese.
What's developing the flavor? Who knows? Maybe the boiling thing works.
So I think the time has come to put it all together. I finally figured out the deconstructed thing, realizing that I had to put little sort of pockets of food around. That's how it became deconstructed, because it wasn't one full layer of lasagna or meat, one full layer, it was pockets. I must say, really worked well. That combination of flavors.
Hello there.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Are you blobbing away?
I'm blobbing. I don't think I need any lifelines. I think I kind of figured it all out.
Looks interesting.
Does it look on par with what you would do? Maybe, maybe not.
I'm going to reserve comment. You get the whole deconstructed now.
Yes, yes, I get the idea. Are you guys good mannered? Do you sit?
No, they don't sit.
Can you sit? Sit? No. Okay. Okay, don't bite.
They're tasting the ham.
Are you trying to tell me that that wasn't enough?
I think my pet spoke too much to her. I mean, she told me my baby girl that's having puppies is having 4 puppies. Ideas.
So I see this competition as a chance to look at more chicken recipes. Finding the creative in the chicken. That's what I think cooking is about. So it's not always just about the taste, it's also about the look and the feel. We actually eat with our eyes first, and then we smell it, and then we taste it. Okay, so we are going to cover this with foil. I don't think it needs an hour, to be honest, because he's like an hour and then he's like 20 minutes.
Liza puts the lasagna in the oven for an hour, or perhaps less, and reflects on the exercise benefits of cooking this
I
recipe.
must say, I feel like I've had a workout with these Le Creuset pots. They really are strong. And when you've got layers of lasagna in them, they're even stronger.
I must just tell you, I walked in here earlier and I was pissed.
Iggy reflects on her decision to change up his recipe.
She tweeted, "Who boils chicken?" I mean, really. I am worried about the chicken. I'm also worried about the timeline. It's 2.5 hours normally. We're approaching 11 o'clock. I did it on Tuesday night. I made exactly to the recipe and it was 2.5 hours. The smell is close, but I don't think it's not going to be Iggy's deconstructed chicken lasagna. She needs to respect the chicken and the recipe. It's not just written out there to change. Who boils chicken?
Your long bake is over. How's it looking?
Let's have a look.
Yeah. How do you feel?
Well, I think it looks good, but not only does it look good, it smells good. Smell that.
I can confirm.
So my presentation, I decided, was going to be in the serving dish, and with the people, they're going to come up, and I think they can dish up for themselves.
Let's do it. All right, are you good to carry?
Yes, thank you.
All right, let's go.
A bit behind schedule, it's
Oh,
time
wow!
to eat.
Look at that. Oh.
Are you hungry? Okay, I'm going to get everybody to come and dish up for themselves, so you can decide what portion size you would like.
Take a first impression, remember it, have a look, see how the presentation looks. Let's go. All right, thanks.
I think it went pretty well. I think that she just wasted some time.
Oh, that looks lovely.
I don't know what the time. What is the time now? It's 25 past midnight.
And I thought that I'd be finished a lot faster, multitasking, but I didn't anticipate the cooking time. I'm going to dish up for you, Iggy.
Oh!
Hey?
You're gonna dish up for me.
Are you?
Remember, I'm not a big eater.
You're not a big eater. You do realize that when you taste it, you're going to want to be a big eater.
I'm still not a big eater, darling. So don't be over generous with your compliments, darling. Remember, this is a competition.
Does the smell remind you guys of that chicken? The smell fairly similar?
Must compliment you on your recipe, Iggy. It really is beautiful.
I'm still going to win. Why, thank you.
You were a little bit concerned when I said boiling chicken. And so you're going to have to let me know
I will.
what the verdict is.
I will. No, you don't boil chicken. And I'm glad you could take my kitchen over tonight with such confidence.
It was an absolute honor.
I think you've done the recipe justice.
Good feedback so far.
It's really a decadent mix of cheeses though. There's like, how many types of cheese is there in this? There's like 3, 4 types of cheese. Feta, cheddar, cream cheese, milk.
Definitely one that I'll be making again.
Will you?
Absolutely.
You know what? I said to Wayne this morning when we woke up, I said to him that I would definitely make your Hong Kong chicken again.
All right, guys, that's it. 2 nights, 2 kitchens, 2 recipes you've never seen before. There's been some scoring. The judges will collate, and we'll see you again when the decision is made. All the best, and congratulations on surviving 2 very challenging nights.
Thank you for meeting you, and thank you for invading my kitchen.
So I'd like to encourage people to go out and try new recipes. Try these recipes.
If my husband didn't put me into this competition, I would have never done this. Last night, I was shaking like a leaf. It was daunting. It was scary. It was the most incredible thing that I've ever done in my life. But I'll do it again.
The scores are in. Time to ambush the winner with the good news.
Excuse me, sir. You are a winner! It's yours! Congratulations, you've done it from trembling to trembling.
Wow! To win. How do you know? I saw you with the check. I'm shaking.